The movie begins with a glimpse of an empty bathroom in an apartment. Outside, the shouts of a large group of men and the pained groans of a woman are heard. Finally, the woman enters the bathroom completely naked, except for the Yakuza tattoo covering her back, although she is not a part of them. Her name is Everly, and she is a prostitute serving a Japanese mafia. Today, they did more than take advantage of her body. Today, they tried to kill her. Hiding in the bathroom, Everly gets dressed in what she finds and grabs a gun hidden in the toilet. She then sends a message to Detective Robertson, warning him that they know what he did. As the gangsters try to break down the door, Everly tries to contact her mother and her little daughter, but neither answers. With death breathing down her neck, the protagonist decides to use the gun to preempt the inevitable. Hearing the shot, the thugs lower their guard only to be gunned down by the woman they thought was dead. Although she manages to kill them all, Everly receives a gunshot wound that weakens her considerably. Due to the commotion, another tenant in the building approaches the apartment. It wouldn't be the first time an accident with her clients has happened, but she didn't expect to find a colleague among a pile of corpses. Somewhat recovered from the shot, the protagonist tries to contact Robertson, reminding him of his promise to help her in exchange for information about the Japanese mafia. While waiting for a response, she puts on the necklace with the photo of her little May. Suddenly, all the phones of the fallen mafiosi start ringing in unison, showing the mafia's logo. Everly musters the courage to answer one of them and hears Taiko, the mafia boss, on the other side. He admits that he thought she would fall easily, but realizes how wrong he was. Still, Taiko feels in control of the situation, and proof of this is the gift he left for Everly. Upon opening the box, she finds the severed head of Detective Robertson. He was the only one in the police who knew about her case, which means no one is coming to save her. Worse, Taiko reveals that he has men watching her family's home. They will pay the price for Everly's betrayal. Desperate, the woman apologizes and swears she would do anything to have her loved ones forgiven. It is at her insistence that Taiko agrees to let Mai live, on the condition that she recovers the investment made by her mother. Understanding what that means, the protagonist wishes him death and throws the phone, leaving her with no possibility of negotiating. While preparing her things, Everly calls her mother, Edith, and warns her of the approaching danger. Just in time, although Edith manages to leave the house, she is still annoyed with Everly for having disappeared for 4 years and suddenly showing up saying they are in danger. The protagonist, for her part, is more busy shooting at the hitman who is approaching her apartment. Before hanging up, she tells her mother a place where they can meet and promises her that she will give her enough money to start over in another city with May. Saying it is easier than doing it, because Everly soon discovers that her neighbor has just been ordered to kill her. The protagonist tries to defend herself with a submachine gun, but the woman subdues her with some ninjas. In the struggle, Everly manages to pierce her enemy's cheek with her own weapon. Enraged, the assassin drags her away, but the protagonist, in an instinctive act, takes a pistol and shoots. After a few moments of tension, she peeks out to see if she hit the target. Bye-bye. Saved from one killer prostitute by another killer prostitute who wants to kill her. Hearing her partner's voice, Everlyn tries to leave her cover only to be almost killed by gunfire. Dina also wants the reward for her. That's the same reason they fight among themselves, to the point where they both shoot each other. Far from taking the opportunity to flee, the protagonist decides to tend to Dina's wound. Anna, another colleague who came to kill her, joins their efforts to save Dina. In her defense, Anna clarifies that if she doesn't kill her, Taiko will kill her, knowing that she will die that night one way or another. Everly asks for time to meet with her family and give them money for their future. Once that's done, she'll return to the building so Anna can do the honors. Armed with a shotgun, the protagonist tries to make her way to the exit, only to end up returning to her apartment. At that moment, she sees that the police have arrived at the building and are evacuating the residents. Just before leaving, the woman is approached by a surviving member of the Yakuza. He is not proud of what he has done for Taiko, but if he didn't obey, they would have killed him. His job was to record the atrocities committed by the most perverse men in the mafia. After taking a look at his camera, Everly prepares to finish him off. In his agony, the dead man witnesses the protagonist's escape, hoping she reaches her destination, but unfortunately she is intercepted by the police at the reception, who throw her back to her apartment on Taiko's orders. Even they are in his pockets. Lacking options, the protagonist calls her mother and warns her that no place is safe. The best thing she can do is quickly stop by her apartment to get the money. Everly begins to clean the place, getting rid of the bodies, bloodstains, weapons, and other signs of violence, as well as bathing herself. Upon her family's arrival, the protagonist tells them what to say over the phone to be let in. Everything seems to be going well, but the Yakuza, who is escorting her family, smiles directly at the camera. He knows Everly is on the other side. Luckily, her mother and daughter get off on another floor. Finally, the protagonist reunites with her daughter after 4 long years apart. Unfortunately, they don't have time to catch up, although Edith insists on entering the apartment. The dead man adapts to the situation, hiding his wound as best he can. Regarding her daughter, Everly realizes she barely knows her, so she goes to look for a gift in her closet, right next to a corpse. It's a cute teddy bear that had been waiting a long time to be in May's arms. This is Everly's farewell, or at least that's what she intended, but her mother takes her to the bathroom to scold her in private for everything she has put them through. The protagonist, distressed, confesses that she was taken as a sex slave. She has been locked in this apartment for 4 years, and it seems that the only way out is to be dead. However, Edith doesn't intend to leave without her. A mistake leads her to discover a bunch of bodies hidden in the bathtub. So Everly points out that this is what Taiko leaves in his wake: death. That's why she can't go with them. At that moment, the dead man calls the woman, warning her that her daughter is about to open the gift box. Luckily, she stops her in time. Unfortunately, the dead man has run out of time. Everly looks up and realizes that her daughter has left the apartment. Some barking leads her to the hallway, where May is being stalked by a mercenary's imposing dog. In the struggle, the protagonist finds a grenade and throws it to the dog like a ball. Seeing that more men are approaching, Everly leaves her family in Anna's care and then confronts the mercenaries who come out of the elevator. Far from being the end, the woman sees through the cameras that a new and dangerous assassin has entered the building. The lights suddenly go out, forcing her to hide behind the bed. Shortly after, the assassin enters the apartment, accompanied by a man trapped in a mobile cage. Introducing the sadist and the masochist. The first one releases the last one to go after Everly. Although she manages to take him down, she ends up at the sadist's mercy. Trapped in the cage, the woman watches as the assassin shows off his wide repertoire of poisons and corrosive liquids with which he plans to torture her. The sadist moves from words to action, pouring acid into the woman's eyes with the help of his henchmen. However, it is soon revealed that it was water. The killer just wanted to see how terrified she could be. Then the sadist begins to throw drops of acid all over her body until it reaches her eye. This time, it's for real. Very brave of her, but the sadist quickly subdues her. For the final act, Everly has to watch as her mother drinks drain cleaner, although right then, one of the ropes begins to give way from the acid. Now free, the protagonist lunges towards her mother, helping her vomit the liquid before a tragedy occurs. Suddenly, Everly is attacked by the sadist. After hitting the woman, the killer goes to finish off her mother. Fortunately, Everly recovers in time and subdues the sadist, forcing him to drink a highly corrosive liquid. Mother and daughter watch in horror as the man disintegrates with a smile on his face. With the return of electricity, the protagonist receives a call from Taiko, who asks her to congratulate her mother on his behalf. She has resisted quite well so far. While Taiko laughs heartily, Everly subdues her mother's lifeless body and then a machine gun. The sniper is quick to return the blow, launching a missile that sets her apartment on fire for a few seconds. Believing Everly is dead, Tycho cuts off the sniper's head for rushing. However, the protagonist appears through the window, defying the mobster with a look. Immediately, an elite mercenary team bursts into her apartment with smoke grenades. Everly surprises them from a hiding place in the floor, taking them down one by one. Unfortunately, a mistake ends with her being wounded and in the arms of the soldiers. Finally, the feared Tycho shows up, ready to finish the matter with his own hands. With her tied to the bed, the mobster feels her body with a katana. He has no intention of giving her a quick death. Furious, the mobster cuts the rope that tied her and throws her all over the apartment, enjoying her pain. Putting his katana aside, Tycho takes his knife with the intention of removing the tattoo on the woman's back. Although Tycho recovers, the protagonist soon surprises him with the same taser with which she was tortured by the sadist. Just as Tycho lunges toward her, Everly impales him with his own weapon, the katana. Finally free of threats, the woman succumbs to her wounds. Not far away, little Mai remains hidden in Anna's closet until she hears a commotion outside. The girl leaves the closet, ignoring Anna's corpse behind her. In search of her grandmother, she is cornered by the masochist. Scared, the little girl closes her eyes, waiting for a miracle. On her deathbed, Everly gives her her necklace and swears she will love her forever, wherever she is. Little Mai is rescued by the police while paramedics take her mother's body away.